Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Noisebox Research. Today I'm going to do a quick little showcase of a cool audio interface that I've been using, and it's very portable and easy to use and low noise, and it's designed based off of a very high-end console audio interface, and it's called the Solid State Logic SSL 2 Plus. And the reason why I wanted to show you this little device today is because it's just really handy. It's very lightweight, small enough to fit into a backpack for on the road recording, or if you just want something that you can use in your studio to listen to stuff quickly, route things, test things out without having to use your big complicated audio interface, if that's what you're working with. But this little device is just 2 inputs, and it's got phantom power, high Z for guitar instruments, and line level. So I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the basics of how I use it, and just really wanted to give you a heads up that this little guy exists, because I believe they're about $250 US or less. You can definitely buy them used. Anyways, so let's just get into it. Thanks for joining me. So here it is, Solid State Logic SSL 2 Plus, and it has some cool little features. Analog 4K, little button adds warmth. Here's the gain knobs. As I mentioned, it's got 48 volt phantom power, line, and high Z input capabilities. And it's got 2 separate headphone outs so that you can listen with a partner simultaneously. And it's just USB-C, class compliant, very simple, very low noise unit. I'll show you what the back looks like. As you can see, there's 2 XLR inputs, 4 outputs for doing different sorts of routing, 2 headphone outputs, and MIDI in and out. And so I think it weighs under 2 pounds, so it fits easily into a backpack. And just for scale, I'll show you, it's about the size of 4 small mice. And what else can I say about it? I did notice when I recorded that if I did a few things like turn off my Wi-Fi, turn off my Bluetooth, and unplugged any USB hub peripherals from my computer when I was using this to record, that I had way less noise or interference hum. Because when I first started using it, I was like, wow, there's like a little noise when I record, but then I realized it was all the extra stuff I had plugged into my computer. And so once I unplugged all of those things and turned off my Wi-Fi and my Bluetooth, including unplugging my computer itself, because I'm using a Mac, so I also unplugged the Mac. And then I found out that this is actually very low noise, especially for recording vocals. So yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little video on that, and I guess maybe what I'll do now is I'll just fire it up and show you how I use it. So I'm just going to be plugging in my trusty Shure SM57 microphone and just kind of demoing. I've already plugged it into my computer, so let me see here. Just plug in the mic. There we go. And when using a dynamic microphone with this, you don't want to have any of these buttons pressed because you don't need any filtering of the amplitude signal. So you can just plug it right in and set it to the level that you want it to be. Test, test, test. And that's a good level. When it gets here to negative 20 or so dB, and at least that's what they had in the manual. Yeah, and once you have a nice good signal coming in, you can go ahead and use your DAW to record it, and should sound pretty good. So what I'm going to do is a little test for you all to see, so to show you what it sounds like when I record into my DAW. So let's see. Just gotta set the inputs and outputs in Ableton. And now that that's done, I'll set my monitoring in to be on channel 1 and go ahead and test it out. Check 1 2 1 2 SSL 2+. Testing the noise level. How does it sound out there in TV land? I hope it sounds good for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, ciao.